it's a rush. You know, I mean, if you don't enjoy the music you're playing, then it's a job. It's just a job. But when I'm really spinning the music that I love, and I feel folks are loving it, and the energy is going back and forth, that's a high. That's church for me. Welcome to my studio. The coolest, cheapest piece of shit ever, but it looks cool on your cameras. That's all that matters. I'm 100% Chinese and 100% a product of the United States upbringing. Being Chinese, growing up with my parents Chinese, growing up visiting Taiwan, speaking Chinese with my parents, eating Chinese food, even as specific as, you know, what they stereotype as, you know, Chinese, like being Confucian or having a tiger mom, stuff like that. That's all 100% part of who I am and influenced what I do and my actions. So 现在我们在Hamburg.
Yeah.
This is heaven for us.
因为有很多餐馆吗？
对. Growing up Asian American, my mom would try to do pork chops and fried chicken, and we had one Thanksgiving. We've celebrated Thanksgiving. How fucking crazy is that? Man, my Chinese sucks. You had your Asian American Thanksgivings and your Asian American Christmases where you would go to these family parties and you would have chow mein, fried rice, 炒面, 炒饭, you know, your Chinese dishes sitting next to a turkey, cranberry sauce, corn, gravy, shit that was very alien, but folks, you know, felt like that was part of being American. It was funny, nobody knew what to do with a fucking cranberry. The cranberry shit always just sat there, nobody ate that. They just thought that you had to have that. 我16岁跟我父母去大陆，有去北京、南京、上海、香港、西安、敦煌。怎么说？威国 Never mind. Well, I really want to, yeah, I want to be interviewed, 因为我觉得我有很多，我觉得有怎么说？
You can use English.
I have some important things to talk about regarding hip hop, you know?
Yeah.
因为 there's things that you need to talk about that deals with race and poverty in America. So race, you know, 黑人、白人、亚洲人. Poverty, you know, 很穷，还是很有钱. Those are the reasons. If you're talking about hip hop, you have to talk about those issues.
Phatrick.
I'm number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Phatrick. Chinese boy. Got your head nodding, cut your neck, no.
I work with students who grow up in low-income, oppressed communities, mostly people of color. I want to give my students the freedom to be creative, you know, in any way they want to be. Hip-hop came from nothing. And to this day, hip-hop is still the most accessible form of art because you don't need to have formal music lessons. You don't need to know how to play a piano, necessarily. All you need to know is how to beat a drum beat. Okay? That's all you have? Don't you have more?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Every beat has an impact, and what you're hearing right now. See, like this. There it is. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome! I mean, if you don't want it, you don't need a studio. Because hip-hop, at the end of the day, started not as a recorded art form, but as a community gathering event, a party, a jam session.
Dear Phatrick, you're a whack kid. What are those shoes that you're wearing, kid? I spit these hot lyrics out my head and I think I'ma do it again because I'm a Filipino. You're a Chinese kid, you're a Chino.
Yo, MC Trick, you're racist, you're racist, you're racist. Yeah, I'm Chino, but I make money, I make money, I make money.
My reaction to the stereotypes of Asian American, Asian males being unassertive, unaggressive, you know, a lot of that is a lot of the how I'm really loud and obnoxious and whatnot as a reaction to that. I love hip hop because it's such a strong, in-your-face statement.
When they cracks, that should be looking like JC's lips when they chat. I snap react violently. Bomb, what's on my? It's ironic how a boom has more change than Obama. I'm enough, man, to make my choices.
It's important for the youth to be able to express their experiences, you know, to be able to express it through something they're comfortable with, an art form they're comfortable with, a medium they're comfortable with. And a big part of that is a musical partner, Bamboo. Bamboo is a Filipino-American MC, LA native, grew up in the Watts district of LA, you know, went through hella shit in his life. He's gone through gang life, he's gone through military life, he's been incarcerated, he's a dad, and he's an MC, you know? As an MC, he can teach fellow MCs certain things that me, as a non-MC, cannot teach.
You realize you're exhaling and inhaling what you're exhaling. That's not pure oxygen, so I don't want you to pass out on stage. Because you're only doing like a 2-minute, I mean, what, like a 10-minute set? You do a 30-minute set, you might die. It's like,
It inspires us to create music, seeing all these kids listening to them, it pushes us. And at the same time, we're doing the work that needs to be done to get this whole system upset. We always say that the music that we make, all it really does is raise the awareness of folks. You know what I mean? It doesn't really create any real change. You know, this is what's creating that organizational change that we want, is actually being face-to-face and embedded in the community.
The history is written by the oppressor. The history is written by the successor. So the history that we learn in schools isn't our history. It's history written from the perspectives of the folks in power. The folks in power in the United States are, you know, rich, mostly white. You know, so if you're growing up, you don't learn about your own histories. You don't learn to be proud of your own culture. They try to force upon you to be proudful of this American history. And the American history is a history of colonialization. The American history is a history of taking over other people's lands, of killing other people, of stealing. California is Mexico. California was stolen from Mexico. How ironic is it that the Mexican-American kids in school are learning about and being taught to be proud of the folks who stole their land? How fucking crazy is that? That's the shit that our youth are going through. That's the shit that the black kids are learning. You know, they learn about slavery, yes, but they learn also that it's been over. The history books tell us that, you know, civil rights happened in '65, it's all good now. Obama's president, it's all good now. And that's bullshit. Mainly, I teach youth, teach people to teach themselves, to think for themselves, to think critically. If you can start thinking critically and think beyond what people force feed you, then you will find truth.
I heard money don't buy happiness, but not to someone who's poor as this. We all started at the bottom, so you know we ain't got no time for your problems. We got too much of our own, had to pick up our pain and just move it along to make things better. Whether we like it or not, we gonna aim for the top, and we ain't stopping till we get there. Cause we tired of being stuck here with all this drama. We just wanna feel success, cause now we feel nothing but stress.
Came from the UA, destined to the US. Family surprise with Sam, you blessed. At least you got a chance, somewhere to be, somewhere you go, somewhere you're free.
Yeah. Hip-hop is stolen and it's taking the path to no good. So I got the microphone, start my mission is Robin Hood. Stealing from the rich, giving to the poor, cause they bragging about what they have and how they want more.
Once again, thank you for coming. If y'all are interested in joining the program, it's a free program. We meet Mondays and Wednesdays, 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. Open to anybody. If you just want to like do music business and manage for us, come through. Make beats, record, all that stuff.
Hip hop, you know, it's an outlet for my emotions. You know, without it, I wouldn't be as stabilized as I was. I'm able to get out my problems through that pen and paper, through that microphone.
I think Phatrick, being who he is, being Chinese, but he has that African American in him. He has that Latino in him, you know? Just because of the music that he mixes and the music that he listens to. He's not just Chinese. I think he's like everything.
Hip hop, like when I heard it, I feel like so alive.
I grew up not voicing my opinion. I grew up relatively silent. I grew up not knowing how to express my indignation and my anger at what was going on with me. So instead I expressed it against my mom and my family. I didn't know how to fight the real enemy. I was a kid when that happened. I saw it on the news of the guy standing in front of the 3 tanks. It has nothing to do with politics. Like a lot of people are like, oh, are you anti-China, or you know, blah blah blah. Are you against communist China? It's nothing to do with that. It's literally just that moment in time. That sheer act of insanity and bravery is something that inspires me to keep doing what I do. Even if the odds are stacked against you, your beliefs will hold you.